Good evening. Welcome to another episode of Football Friday with Rashad Mitchell. I'm your host, Rashad Mitchell, coming to you live on my YouTube channel. We're streaming live on my YouTube channel as of right now. I am live, so those who follow me, thanks for all the subscribers right now. It's at 56 subscribers. Thank you so much for support. We're going to talk about college football. We're going to get into not just the college football aspect, but also the NFL, stuff like that. This is a football show, so on my YouTube channel. So let's get into it, man. Great to see that finally have a live stream because I had used Streamlabs to do the live stream, but it's great that I can just stream live without any problem. So that's a good thing. So appreciate that. So let's get into it, man. Let's get into it. Patient with me. I'm doing something right now. Right now, I'm checking out the Florida State Duke matchup. Right now, Florida State is losing 23-16 to Duke. Duke's having a great season, while Florida State's having one of their worst seasons ever. They 1-5, 1-4 in the ACC. Down to the wires, like almost a minute to go. Flag on the play. Quarterback threw an interception. Florida State has the ball. They're trying to tie the game up, but right now, there's a flag on the play. They're trailing 23-16 to Duke. 1:02 to go. Let's see who the flag is on. It's been a disastrous season for Florida State. Florida State has not looked like themselves. Like they we expect them to be. They play Miami next week to conclude the month of October. So they did themselves the season by beating them next week. But right now, they're going to lose this matchup. But anyway, let's get into the college football. Last week you had obviously the game of the day, Oregon versus Ohio State, a top 3 matchup. Number 2, Ohio State versus number 3, Oregon. And Oregon won the ball game by a score of 32-31. It was a big time game to watch. Both quarterbacks play extremely well. When you look at quarterback Dylan Gabriel, he had well over 300 yards passing, 2 touchdown passes. Also, Will Howard, the quarterback of Ohio State, played pretty good. He threw for 326 yards, 2 touchdown passes. But they lost the game. It seemed like in that last drive, Ohio State, Howard kind of lost track of the situation, because he scrambled on 3rd down and long. He slid, and time ran out, and they ended up losing the game, 32-31. Now, does it hurt Ohio State losing this game? Absolutely not, because they, still got a chance to play for the playoff spot. So, it's 12-team playoff format, so it doesn't hurt them. It doesn't make or break them. So we'll see what happens with how they respond. That was a game that was just a shootout. It was nothing about defense. It's all about offense. That's what you saw last week. Other games that stood out is UCLA and Penn State. Penn State had to work hard to beat USC on the road, and they was able to win by a score of 33-30 in overtime. So that was a big time win for them. Penn State going on the road, going to USC, and winning 33-30 at USC. So that was an interesting win last week in college football. As far as college football was concerned, that was an interesting win for them. Other notable games that stood out: LSU. LSU beating Ole Miss, number 13 LSU against number 9 Ole Miss. LSU won at home 29-26, and they won that game. That was a big time win for them. Number 13 versus number 9. So LSU won that matchup. So they was able to go and win that game. That was an interesting game. Tennessee barely beat Florida. They had to really work hard to win that game. They won 23-17. So those are some of the notable games that took place. Also, Alabama had to struggle for dear life to win that game against South Carolina. They obviously got upset the week before against Vanderbilt, and then they come back home and almost lose to the University of South Carolina. South Carolina was knocked off Alabama, but they won 27-25. Uh, the University of Alabama, 27-25. So those are some of the games that stood out last week in college football. I'm going to go over my picks of the week, who I felt, who had winning the games that I had. Right now, I'm looking at the Florida State matchup, and Duke 1 minute 2 seconds away from knocking off Florida State. Not really upset. Florida State's having a low season. They 1-5 in the season, 1-4 in the conference. But Duke is playing well this year. They 5-1 in the ACC. 5-1 this year, 1-1 in the ACC. So they get this one, they'd be 2-1 in the ACC, but they're 5-1 this year, having a very successful season. Now it's 4th down and 24. This is it for Florida State. They got one timeout left. So they got to convert. If not, they lose another game and go 1-6. So let's see what's going to happen. Quarterback is in the shotgun from Florida State. Just give you the play-by-play. He gets the shotgun, goes back to pass. He goes nowhere. Down for, he's laterals to a running back. Nothing doing there. So Florida State gets shut down, they get stopped, and they lose the game. They're going to lose the game. And 53 seconds left. The turn ball run down. It's just going to be Duke ball. They're going to run the clock out. And Duke, man, they're going to go 6-1 on the season. Very surprising. And Florida State, another lost season, another loss for this team, for a lost season that's very forgettable for Florida State. 1-6 on the season. So 53 seconds left to go. So they're going to suffer another loss. They're not far from being bowl eligible, Florida State. So that's enough with that. All right, so let's get into the rest of the college football. Get into my picks of the week from last week. It's so great to be on streaming live on YouTube. Yeah, I had used Streamlab, but I uninstalled it because I had 50 subscribers, but I got more than 50 subscribers thanks to all those subscribers. I got 56 subscribers, so I definitely qualify to be live streaming. And I see one like, I see 2 people watching. Numbers are going up a little bit, but again, I'm gonna keep doing live streams, and right, we're so qualified, so I'm so super excited to do live stream on YouTube. Gorilla Tag Pro says hi. Yeah, what's up, man? Thanks for tuning in. This is a Football Friday with Rashad Mitchell, covering the football. Right, I'm going over the picks of the week for last week. I don't gamble. I don't play. What's up, Francis? Thanks for tuning in. I don't gamble. I don't bet. I don't get into fantasy football. I just make picks who I think is going to win a game. I don't get into, yeah, what you're doing. Yeah, I'm talking about Football Friday with Rashad Mitchell. This is something I do on my channel, Francis. That's what I'm doing right now. Talking about football, college football, and NFL. So it's going to be a good show, man. Thanks for tuning in, Francis. Thank you. Appreciate that. Right, so I'm going to go over the college football picks of the week. Last week, in week 7, I was 3-2 on the season. And right now, I'm currently 26-13. Overall picks of the week, pick record is 3-2. So I'm 26-13 currently. So I picked Ohio State to beat Oregon. I was dead wrong on that. I picked Texas to beat Oklahoma. That was a big game right there. Red River rivalry. And Texas beat Oklahoma, spanked them 34-3. Alabama beat South Carolina. That was a close one. And then USC, I picked them to beat Penn State. But Penn State won that game. They was able to win that game. Penn State was able to win that game over USC 33-30 in overtime. And Tennessee beat Florida. So I was right with the Tennessee matchup. I was right with Alabama and Texas. The only games I got wrong was Ohio State and USC winning. So I'm 26-13 on the season. Now tomorrow's games I have I got Miami over Louisville. I think Miami gonna beat Louisville tomorrow. That could be an upset alert. Miami has no one offense in college football. Cam Ward leads the nation in touchdowns with 20. When you look at yeah, what's up, Larry? Thanks for tuning in. When you look at this Hurricane team, they're coming off a bye week, and yeah, what's up, Larry? But like I said, they coming off a bye week. They haven't been playing well the last couple of games. They struggled a lot. Um, from not playing a complete game. So I think for the Hurricanes, they gotta get back to basics and play Hurricane football, a full, complete game. But it could be an upset alert because Louisville has had their way with Miami the last 6 meetings. Louisville is 4-2 against Miami. Miami's 2-4 last 6 meetings. So they lost last year. And where you're from? Yeah, I'm from Patterson, New Jersey. That's where I'm from. Yeah, so that's the thing about like this Miami Louisville game could be a very high scoring game. Last year Louisville beat Miami 38-31 at Miami, and Jeff Brown, the coach, I think his name Jeff Brown, the coach, he's a great play caller. He knows what he's doing when it comes to what he does as a head coach, as a play caller. So that's gonna be a very interesting game. But I got Miami winning. Hey, what's up, AGOT? Who's your favorite player? What do you mean for college? College, or I don't know. We're talking about the NFL, college football. I don't necessarily have a favorite player in college football, but I like the University of Miami. I'm a Hurricane fan. I've been a long Hurricane fan for a long time, like 35 years. So I've been a Hurricane, college or NFL. Right now, I like Cam Ward. I'd say I'm a Hurricane fan, so I've been a fan of Hurricanes since 1989. So I love the University of Miami. I became a Hurricane fan when I was 10 years old, so I've been a long time Hurricane fan. So I like Cam Ward. He's definitely a Heisman Trophy candidate. NFL, favorite players. That's a tough one. I can't answer that question, but I gotta go with Cam Ward is my favorite player right now. The way he's playing, I'm a Hurricane fan. I grew up a Hurricane fan, so I've been a Hurricane fan since 1989, since I was 10. But I like Miami over Louisville. I like Alabama over Tennessee. What's up, J Rule YT6? Thanks for coming on. I like Miami over Louisville, Alabama over Tennessee. I like Georgia over Texas. That's the big game right there. Georgia, number 5 team in the country against number 1 Texas. I think Georgia's gonna win this game. I think they're gonna knock off Texas. I think they're gonna have a new number 1 next week. Notre Dame over Georgia Tech. I like Notre Dame over Georgia Tech. Clemson's playing excellent football ever since they got blown out by the University of Georgia the first game of the week. They've been rolling, man. They've been playing excellent football. I think they're going to blow out Virginia. Continue to play well. So those are my week 8 picks of the week. Miami over Louisville, Alabama over Tennessee, Georgia over Texas, Notre Dame over Georgia Tech, Clemson over Virginia. What was the most popular NFL game you've seen? That was a good question. I seen some great ones, man. The Giants beating the Giants beating the Patriots in Super Bowl 42. That was a popular game. Giants, I take it back, 1990 NFC Championship game. Giants versus the 49ers. That's when Leonard Marshall knocked out what's his name? Knocked out Joe Montana in his career. That was a big time hit by Leonard Marshall. They won 15-13 on a field goal by Matt Barr. 49ers trying to go for 3-peat. Those are more popular games that I watched. There's a lot of them, but that stands out. The Giants. I'm a Giants fan. I like the Giants. As far as Giants are concerned, I love the Giants. So I gotta go with Giants winning that game in 1990 and in 2007 Super Bowl when they beat the Patriots, the undefeated team. That's one of my favorite games, public games. But the 1990 game and also Super Bowl 25 against the Buffalo Bills, that was a memorable game. They won 20-19, so that was a big time game. All right, so those are my picks of the week. Miami over Louisville, Alabama over Tennessee, Georgia over Texas, Notre Dame over Georgia Tech, Clemson over Virginia. So those are my picks of the week. So that's it for that. All right, so let's get into some college football. I mean, do the recap. That Florida State Duke game, that game should be over. Should be a final. Yes, it is. Duke wins 23-16. All right, so let's get into the games for tomorrow. Other games for tomorrow that I didn't really talk about. Let's see, check that out. And we have mid part of the season right now. When you look at college football right now, Oregon, the number 2 team in the country, is looking good. They playing Purdue. They win 21-0. That about to go into the fourth quarter right now. BYU is winning over Oregon State. No, Oklahoma State. Number 13, BYU is winning over Oklahoma State 7-0. All right, so let's get into tomorrow's games. Okay, games I didn't really talk about. Maybe keep your eyes on Nebraska and Indiana. That's an interesting game. You got Nebraska 5-1 on the road against number 16 Indiana Hoosiers. They 6-0. Keep your eyes on that game. Guyet for the Rizzler says, when do you usually stream? Actually, man, I started streaming today. Because I reached above 50 subscribers. I was trying to stream live. I had to use some live stream software. I did some streaming with that Streamlab, but I uninstalled it because finally I try again to stream without that, and I installed the Streamlab. So now I'll see 50 subscribers. I got 56 right now. Keep subscribing to the channel. I got some great content coming, man. College football, NFL, football Fridays. I do a Bible study. I'm a Christian man, so I do Bible studies. If you love the Word of God, I'll be doing that every day. Classic books of Rashad Mitchell. Check out the channel. I'll be doing that real soon. Monday, Tuesdays, Thursdays, Fridays. I don't do anything on Saturday. I may do some live streaming tomorrow. I may do that. Also, I'll be reading a lot of books, not just biblical books, but sports books, history books. Stay tuned, man. Stay tuned. You're gonna be well informed on this channel. We're gonna take it to the next level. This channel's gonna grow. It's already growing already. You know what I'm saying? Because I used this channel before, but it's just that I slacked off. I had like 12 subscribers. Now it's going up to like 56. So I appreciate the support. The best yet to come as far as this channel is concerned. Also, I'm a radio host on Gyroscope Radio. I got a show called The Rashad Mitchell Show. Actually, I come on tomorrow at 12 o'clock to 2 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Gyroscope Radio. You go to my playlist. Go to my playlist, and I got the shows that I've done as far as this season is concerned. It's in season number 9. I've been doing that show for 9 seasons. Currently in this 9th season. Also, I do a show called Jews of Wisdom with Rashad Mitchell. That comes on every Saturday from 12 o'clock to 2 o'clock. The Rashad Mitchell show comes on every single Saturday from 2 o'clock to 4 o'clock p.m. Actually, I have a special guest calling in. Lewis Moore has a new book out about Doug Williams and Vince Evans. The Great Black Hope is about the black quarterbacks that came up in the 70s and what they had to endure, racism, prejudices, and stuff like that. Being the black and the quarterback in the NFL, Lewis Moore, he's coming on the show. I have had plenty of guests in the past, but he's going to be coming up. Who is your favorite Dallas cool player? Well, I'm not a fan of the Cowboys. I'm a Giant fan. I love the Giants. So I'm not a Dallas Cowboy fan. I respect their organization, but they haven't won. I'm not a Cowboy fan, no. I love the Giants. I'm a New York Giants fan. I respect the Cowboys, what they've done. They haven't done anything in a long time, but they've won more successful, like historically, what they've done for us marketing the game of football, being America's team, go after Roger Staubach, Tony Dorsett, all the way to Troy Aikman, Michael Irvin, Emmitt Smith, guys like that, Everson Walls. Um, but I'm not a Cowboy fan. No, I'm not a Cowboy fan. Uh, but when you talk about, like I said, you go on my YouTube channel, you see other shows that I do. I don't just do stuff like this. Good question. How many Giants games have I been to? Absolutely none. Unfortunately, I watch most of the games, from home. Yeah, I've never been to a New York Giants game. That would be a wonderful thing to do one day to go to see a Giant game. But no, I've never been to any Giant games live. Yeah. hmm I just watch from on television. That's how I do it. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I'd love to go to attend a Giant game, but it's all good. Well, like I said, I'm not just doing stuff on just the YouTube channel. I do a lot of things. I have a show also called Inside Sports with Rashad Mitchell. That's on Elevation 5280 Sports and Lifestyles. Also, I write articles for the website e5280sports.com. I have articles, that I write. So I do a lot of things. I'm going to just do this, but this is something new. Like I said, I slacked off, with my YouTube channel. I stopped, making videos, and now since I've been making videos, the subscribers have gone up. So I'm at 56, subscribers. And the thing is, when I tried to stream, it was always stuff about not eligible and all this other nonsense. But now I'm eligible, so it just took a while. So people get used to understand that I'm eligible to do what I gotta do to make things happen for a streaming. So I love the streaming thing, man. And I love hearing from you. I see the chat, guys in the chat room. I appreciate that, man. I love this. Appreciate that. Best yet to come. Keep on doing what you're doing. Keep supporting. All right. So, like I said, as I continue with the college football, keep your eyes on Michigan, Illinois. That's an interesting game. Two ranked opponents, number 24 versus number 22. Keep your eyes on that. That's basically it for us college football. So we get into the National Football League for Football Friday with Rashad Mitchell. Is going to break down what I do. I talk about statistics, what to look for, what you keep your eyes on. But first, I'm going to recap what took place last week in the NFL. How about those Chicago Bears, man? 35-16 last week. Impressive win by the Chicago Bears, but impressive performance by Caleb Williams, the rookie, man. He played very well. Probably his best game as a rookie. He threw 4 touchdown passes, 226 yards, 23 of 29. Did his thing. This game was in London as they beat the Jaguars 35-16. So that was a big time win for them. Also, Houston, man. Finally, Houston beat New England in New England for the first time ever because they came to this game 0-7. They never won in Foxborough till last week. They won 41-21. Again, Patriots, not that good. Drake May did get his good start, his first start. But C.J. Stroud and the Texans are just a better team. They're 5-1. They're looking good. 3 touchdown passes by C.J. Stroud. Joe Mixon was back from an ankle injury, and this is why they got him to do these things. He ran for 102 yards, scored a touchdown pass. Stephon Diggs scored a touchdown pass. So this team is definitely flowing. Also, Will Anderson Jr. had a career best 3 sacks for Houston. So they're looking good right now. They play Green Bay on Sunday. That's going to be one of the best games you're going to watch this week. For week 7? Yeah, week 7 of the season. We're recapping week 6. So Washington, Baltimore. That was an interesting game. Baltimore, they rolling right now. I mean, they lost their first 2 games of the season. Now they won 4 in a row. And again, what stands out with the Ravens is that Jackson is doing his thing. He's playing pretty good. 323 yards passing, 20 of 26 accurate, 1 touchdown. Did go throw 1 interception, but Derrick Henry, this guy still has it. He's 30 years old, and he still could run and be the best back. He's the best back in football because he got 704 yards rushing. and he has 8 touchdowns rushing. That's number one. That's first in the NFL. He's the league leading rusher at 30 years old. Usually, when you get to like 30 years old, you kind of like slack off. You know that like according to running back standards, you kind of like slack off and fade away and you break down. But this guy still has it. I mean, he had 24 carries, 132 yards, 2 touchdowns. So he's still doing it at a high level. After he left Tennessee, he's still doing his thing. 704 yards rushing, 8 touchdown rushes as they won 30-23 against the Commanders. So the other scores. So I'm gonna go over all the scores. What stood out also that was interesting is how about the Tampa Bay Buccaneers? I mean, what happened to the Saints? I mean, I know they're dealing with injuries with Derek Carr, but this Saints team got off to 2-0 start, scoring 91 points. They blew out Carolina 47-10, and they beat Dallas, what was 44-19, something like that. And they lost 4 straight. They gave up 51 points to the Buccaneers. Baker Mayfield threw 4 touchdown passes. Did throw 3 interceptions, but threw 4 touchdown passes. Sean Tucker played well, 136 yards on the ground, 14 carries, 1 touchdown. Did his thing. But they got Spencer Rattler as the rookie quarterback. He's just not getting it done. I mean, again, gotta give him a chance, but he's a rookie just going into the win. That was a dominant performance by the Buccaneers. And the Buccaneers play on the Ravens on Monday night. That's a good game. Okay, the standout also of the game was the Dallas Cowboys got embarrassed, man, 47-9. I mean, it's getting worse for Dallas. You know, obviously they don't have Parsons, they don't have DeMarcus Lawrence, but you know that was just embarrassing performance by Dallas, but great performance by Detroit. Now, fortunately, Detroit did lose their best defensive player in Aiden Hutchinson. You know, hurt his tibia, his fibula. He got hurt. Yeah, his left tibia injury required surgery. So, but that was a big time win for Lions, showing that they are for real. They are for real. They are a true contender for a Super Bowl. They are a big time team, and I won't be surprised if they go to the Super Bowl. My original pick, I actually had Detroit win the Super Bowl this year. I got them winning against Kansas City, so that's who I got. Detroit winning championship this year. Detroit. But Jared Goff he was 18-25 without an interception. He's just second quarterback with a passer rating of at least 150 in back-to-back starts. He's playing extremely well, Jared Goff. So that was a big-time win for the Lions. They play the Vikings on on Sunday. That's going to be a good one at Minnesota. That's going to be a good one. That's the battle for the division, too. All right, so that's it for that. All right, let's go on my picks of the week. How I did. Let's look into that. Right, I was 4-1 last week. The Ravens and the Commanders. I had the Ravens win that game. Lions over the Cowboys, I was right. Steelers and the Raiders, I was right. The Texans over the Patriots, I was right. One game I got wrong was the Giants over the Bengals, and the Giants lost 17-7. So I'm 19-11 overall with my picks of the week. Again, I don't gamble. I just make picks. It's about wins and losses. That's it. So I'm not affected by who loses, who wins. It doesn't affect me monetarily. Don't mean nothing. I just want to be right with the picks. You know what I'm saying? Just make good picks. Make sure I'm right. That's it. It's not about the gambling, betting. I don't get into fantasy football. I'm getting to betting, wagering. I don't do none of that. I just make the picks. So I think it's gonna win. Wins and losses. That's all that matters to me. All right. So let's fast forward to week 7. I got the Lions over the Vikings. I got the Texans over the Packers. The Chiefs over the 49ers. That's a rematch of last year's Super Bowl. Bills over the Titans and the Commanders over the Panthers. Those are my picks of the week. Right. So let's get into the breakdown, what you need to know. Those listening right now, tuning in, what you need to know about these matchups, man. That's why I like doing this, give you statistics and stuff like that, information to get you ready for your Sunday football. Let's get into it, man. Now, this is not a great game. This is a terrible game. This might maybe, I don't think there's a worse game than this one. Patriots and the Jaguars, 1-5 teams playing in London at 9:30 a.m. on NFL Network. Terrible game. Now, what you keep your eyes on with the Patriots is that rookie Drake May obviously started his first start in Week 6 last week, threw for 243 yards. Now he faces the Jaguars pass defense that is last in the league. They're allowing 276.7 passing yards per game. Also, Drake May became the first quarterback to make one of his first 2 career starts in a game outside the United States since the NFL started playing international regular season games in 2005. Now, for the Jaguars, keep your eyes on how they're going to approach Drake May. Obviously, they played rookie quarterback Caleb Williams last week. They didn't do so well against him because they opted to sit back and not blitz Caleb Williams, and he was able to throw for 226 yards and 4 touchdowns. So the Jaguars have the second worst blitz percentage, 17.6%. So see what happens with that. Zach knows that the Patriots entered this matchup on a 5-game losing streak that's tied for the longest by New England over the past 30 seasons. That's a terrible game. Terrible. Seahawks and Falcons, okay, solid game. 4-2 Falcons against 3-3 Seahawks. Storyline for the Seahawks, keep your eyes on, is that the coach Mike McDonald, he's not a big blitzer. He prefers instead to send all 4 rushers most of the time. Seattle is 22nd in blitz rate this year. The Ravens ranked 25th over his 2 seasons as defensive coordinator. When he turned the heat against Kirk Cousins. The Falcons have allowed the lowest pressure rate in non-blitz situations. The Seahawks have to find a way to create more takeaways after recording only 1 in their past 5 games. For the Falcons, keep your eyes on Bijan Robinson and Tyler Algier. They had breakout games last week in Week 6. They combined for 200 yards and 3 touchdowns on the ground. The Seahawks have allowed the 5th most rushing yards, 868 in the league, 5 yards per carry. They tied for the 3rd worst mark. So Atlanta, they might look to be a run-first team for the 2nd straight week. So see what happens with that. The stat knows that the Seahawks have scored 20-plus points in all 6 games this season. The Ravens and Commanders are the only other teams to do the same. Titans and the Bills. This is not a great game right here. The Titans storylines, their passing game. They only had 95 yards passing from Will Levis last week. Their offense is averaging 135 yards passing. That's almost dead last in the league, 31st in the league. So they got to get together with the passing game. Now, the Bills obviously made a big move this week. They traded for Amari Cooper. That's they're going to open things up. But the Tennessee's defense, they lead the NFL with 248.8 yards allowed per game, while the Bills have averaged 290.3 yards per game in the past 3 games, but they had not scored more than 23 points. So see what happens with that. But stat to know is that if you're a Titans fan watching, good news, the Titans do lead the NFL in total defense. 248.8 yards per game. That's the 3rd fewest yards allowed per game in the first 5 games since 1976. So the Titans do have a good defense. They number 1 total defense. Next, we got the Bengals and the Browns. This is a lost season for the Browns, man. 1-5. This Deshaun Watson just not getting it done. But to keep your eyes on the Bengals, they gotta keep your eyes on Joe Burrow getting protected because Myles Garrett has had his way against Burrow. He has sacked Burrow the most with 8 sacks, hit him twice as much as anyone else, 16. He's held Burrow to 28.6 completion percentage when pressuring him. So keep your eyes on the offensive line of the Cincinnati Bengals protecting Joe Burrow and making sure that Myles Garrett doesn't wreak havoc and get after Joe Burrow, because that's what he does. That's his forte. That's his thing. He just know how to get after Burrow. For the storyline for the Browns, finally Nick Chubb is going to be expected to make a season debut after the knee injury that he had last year. We'll see if he plays and does his thing. The Bengals, stat knows that the Bengals have an NFL worst 47% defensive success rate against the run. All other teams in the NFL are above 50%. This is maybe one of the best games, maybe the best game of the day. The Texans, man, Houston Texans, 5-1, travel to Lambeau Field against the Green Bay Packers, who are 4-2. Keep your eyes on the Texans. Mika Ryan said earlier this week that quarterback Jordan Love will be the best quarterback we've seen this year. And he says that the strongest ability is play action. That's Love's strongest ability. And the Texans struggle defending it. They allowed the third highest passing rating, 126, when it comes to like the play action situation, that scenario. The Packers, keep your eyes on the return of Romeo Dobbs. I think his name Dobbs or Dubes. Um, the Packers they have a consistent receiver in Jaden Reed. He has 27 catches on 34 targets, 79% reception rate, 7th best in the NFL. The offense of the Packers will look to challenge the Texas defense that is allowing 163.2 passing yards per game. That's the 4th best mark. So keep your eyes on that. Stat knows that defensive end Will Anderson Jr.'s 5.5 sacks this season, or the most by a Houston player through 6 games. I'll go back to 2018, 7 sacks by J.J. Watt. Colts and the Dolphins, man. Dolphins obviously they don't have Tua Tagovailoa. The Colts should win this game, you would think. For Dolphins, obviously quarterback Tyler Huntley, he's gonna make his 3rd start. But keep your eyes on Geno Smith, the tight end. He was targeted 8 times by Huntley in Week 5. Dolphins came off the bye week, so they're gonna try to get him more involved in the offense. Geno Smith. Colts, keep your eyes on how they hold the rushing attack of the Dolphins. They only managed to hold just one opponent to fewer than 100 yards this season. Because can they manage to keep the Dolphins in check? Miami's rushing attack has been producing 3.9 yards per carry. The rushing defense of the Colts has been stabilized a little bit since the 2 opening games when they allowed 474 yards combined. So keep your eyes on the rushing defense of the Colts against the rushing offense of the Dolphins. Stat knows that the Miami's 12 points per game are the worst in the NFL. It has scored fewer than 75 points in 6 games, only 3 times in franchise history. Now, this is a great game right here. The Detroit Lions at the Minnesota Vikings, who are still one of the 2 unbeaten teams. Vikings are 5-0. Keep your eyes on with the Lions. Detroit's offense, obviously, Jared Goff is playing well. Last 2 games, 5 touchdown passes, 0 interceptions in the past 2 games. The Lions have won 3 straight against the Vikings, but they are a 2.5-point underdog for the first time this season. The Vikings storyline to watch, keep your eyes on, is the defense of Minnesota. They have allowed the 2nd fewest rushing yards per game this season, 67.2. And the thing about Detroit, they great at running the football. They're averaging 157.8 rushing yards per game. So keep your eyes against the run defense of the Minnesota Vikings against the rushing offense of attack of Detroit. They're great at running football. Stat knows that in 8 career games against the Lions, wide receiver Justin Jefferson has totaled 1,073 receiving yards. That's the most by any player in his first 8 games versus an opponent in NFL history. Justin Jefferson, 1,073 receiving yards in 8 career games Lions. So he's played well against the Lions lifetime. Giants and the Eagles. This is the Saquon Barkley Bowl. Saquon Barkley returns to face his former team, the Giants. That's going to be the storyline for the Eagles. See what he does against the Giants defense. He's been good as advertised. He has 482 yards and 5 total touchdowns. Giants storyline is the Giants' run defense. They have been a problem this year. They're giving up 5.2 yards per carry. They've been great at sacking the quarterback. The Giants actually, I think they got like 26 sacks on the season so far. But their run defense has not been good. They're giving up 5.2 yards per carry. So the key in this game is see if the Giants can stop Saquon Barkley from breaking a big one for a long touchdown. Stat knows that the Eagles quarterback Jalen Hurts has 43 career rushing touchdowns. That's tied with Hall of Famer Steve Young for the 3rd most in NFL history. Now we get to the 405/425 nightcap games of the night. Raiders and the Rams. This is a terrible game. This is just a terrible game to watch. But keep your eyes, if you're a Raider fan listening right now, keep your eyes on Brock Bowers. He leads all tight ends and catches 37, receiving yards 384. See him looking for the pass offense of the Raiders go early and often against the Rams. NFL pass defense was the worst They're allowing 117.2 as far as the rating, passer rating is concerned. And Rams storyline, keep your eyes on Sean McVay as a coach. If he earns a 79th career win Sunday, he will tie John Robinson for the most by a head coach. And also, Sean McVay is 38 years old. He will be the second man since the 1970 mergers to be the winningest coach of a franchise before turning 40 years old. He can join John Madden, who became the Raiders' all-time wins leader at 36 in 1972. So that note that the Raiders ranked 31st in the NFL in rushing yards per game, 79.5, while the Rams defense gives up the most rushing yards per game, 157.6. Panthers and Commanders. For the Panthers, keep your eyes on the defense. It's a matchup nightmare for the defense of Carolina. And if they don't get back the three players, Josie Jewell, Jadeveon Clowney, and Sam Franklin from injuries. The Commanders are ranked 5th in total offense, 378 yards per game. The rushing offense is spectacular, 157.3. Also, they averaging 29.7 points per game. Second in scoring, the Panthers ranked 29th in total defense, 30th against the run. Last in points allowed. So you would think Commanders will have a field day against the Panthers defense. For the Commanders, they've been hit hard by injuries with the defensive line, with injuries to Jonathan Allen, Vittorio, he's out for the year. Dorrance Armstrong, he has a rib injury. He might not play this week. Javonte John Batiste, ankle injuries on injury reserve. But in the past 4 games with quarterback Andy Dalton starting, the Panthers are ranked 8th in the rushing yards per game, 7th in yards per carry. Dalton is 10th in QBR during this season. Stat to knows that Commanders quarterback Jaden Daniels has gone 4 straight games with 70+ total QBR. Total QBR, which is tied for the second longest streak by a rookie starting quarterback since 2006. It was the lowest pass I've seen. I watch everybody else. I watch NFL football. Man, who's watching? I watch the Red Zone channel. The longest pass I've seen. That's a good question. As far as NFL, I think the Victor Cruz catch. They went like 90-something yards against the Jets. Also, Tom Brady, he threw a long touchdown pass to Westbrook. I think they went like 90+ yards. I think also in college, Miami against Arkansas, Geno Terrell threw I think it was like 99 yards to Horace Copeland. That was back in 91. Those gotta be the longest touchdown passes I've seen. All right, then you got the rematch of Super Bowl of last year, Chiefs and the 49ers. For the Chiefs, it's got first team to score red zone touchdown wins. Both teams have had problems getting touchdowns inside the 20-yard line. The Chiefs being 4th worst in the league, and the 49ers are not much better. 4th worst in the league, Chiefs, because they're 38.9%. The 49ers not much better, 44.4%. For the 49ers, there's no quarterback has been started at least 4 games against the Niners have averaged more pass yards than Patrick Mahomes. 339 yards per game against the San Francisco 49ers defense. So he will try to do the same thing. Kansas City leads the NFL in yards after catch completion, per completion 7.1. So the Niners ranked 26 in the NFL in YAC, yards after catch allowed, per reception 6.0. If the Niners are finally to get over the hump, obviously they got tackle well in space. The stat knows that the Chiefs are 5-0 despite outscoring their opponents by only 33 points, which is the lowest point differential by any 5-0 team since the 2004 Jets, plus 31. Then you got the nightcapper, the Jets and the Steelers. Now, Devontae Adams, obviously, he was traded to the Jets. He's expected to play, make his debut with the Jets. Jets need this win. They're 2-4. They lost on Monday night, 23-20. So keep your eyes on that situation. Or the Steelers Russell Wilson may play. We'll see. He'll be facing the Jets defense that's tied for third with 20 sacks. Justin Fields has been sacked 16 times. So Seth knows that Rodgers has 28 consecutive games with fewer than 300 passing yards, which is the longest average streak in the NFL and longest in his career. You got Monday night. This is a great one. 4-2 Buccaneers. You got two Monday night games actually, but this is the best one. Ravens and the Buccaneers 4-2, same record. This is going to be the ninth meeting between two Heisman Trophy winning quarterbacks, Baker Mayfield and Lamar Jackson. So they were both selected in the 2018 draft. Jackson leads the matchup head-to-head 6-2. The Buccaneers, the Ravens and Bucks are first and second in the NFL in scoring. So the Ravens lead the league with 21 offensive touchdowns, and the Bucks have 20. Tampa Bay probably won't rely on the newly discovered ground game that mustered 277 yards against the Giants, considering the Ravens defense is considering just 59 yards on the ground per game. So that knows that 45 quarterbacks have started at least 5 games on Monday Night Football. None of them posted a higher mark than Jackson. All right, Chargers and the Cardinals. It's not a great game, but the Chargers, Justin Herbert is coming off his best game of the season. 237 yards passing, 21 completions attempts, 34. They're allowing the 11th most passing yards per game, the Cardinals defense. So see what happens with that situation with the Cardinals defense, pass defense against the offense, passing game of Justin Herbert and the Chargers offense. The Cardinals, they got to find a way to be consistent, especially going against the Chargers. The Chargers only averaging 187 passing yards per game, 6.6 passing yards per play. Arizona will have to improve on its 22nd ranked passing defense. They're allowing 220.3, 30th ranked 7.78 passing yards. Set notice the Chargers have not allowed a single point off turnovers. The only other team that can say that is the Steelers. All right, so that's it. Let me check out the Giants, see if the Giants, how many sacks they got this year. I think they got like 26. I think they got 26. Team sacks. Trying to find out. Because Giants still gotta be the leaders in sacks. They gotta be. Gotta be.
what team? It gotta be the Giants. I think lead sacks with 26. No, I'm wrong. They got 26 sacks, but they not lead the league. The Broncos have 28 sacks, so they surpassed the Giants. They got 28 sacks on the season. Denver Broncos. Giants got 26 sacks, so they second in the league in sacks. Right, man. My time is up. Hopefully, I enjoyed my live stream with you the listeners. 5 likes, I think. Appreciate that. Um, I may do a live stream tomorrow. Who knows? But I appreciate those who've been tuning in tonight. Keep subscribing to the channel. Right now, it's got 59 subscribers. Thank you so much. Keep pushing that. Keep supporting. I appreciate it very much. Thanks for people supporting the live chat. Appreciate that. Right, so that's it for the Football Friday with Rashad Mitchell. My first live stream. I appreciate that. So I'll be back on Monday doing class books with Rashad Mitchell. Do Bible study time. I may do a live stream maybe tomorrow, maybe uh, Sunday, maybe. I might not. I'll see. But I like this streaming live stuff. So until then, talk to you soon.